Oh, it is the Midnight in the Bay podcast. What do you got to say? Midnight in the Bay. Midnight in the Bay. Midnight in the Bay. I wanna get paid. I might be gay. Midnight in the Bay. Midnight in the Bay. Midnight in the Bay. I might be gay. Hit the K. Ah. Oh. You kidding me or what, guys? Surprise, that was me all along. That wasn't a guest singer from England. No, that was me, you silly goofs. But you haven't seen me for a while, huh? Been doing the audio podcast. Well, now we're doing a surprise video. Hello. This is episode 141 of the Midnight in the Bay podcast. I stole this microphone from ESPN. Doesn't it look like a commentator microphone there? It is episode 141. I am your favorite Woody. My name is Alex Woody. Hello. Yeah, I'm bald again. Had to trim it. And you know what I did? I trimmed it and then went over to my mother's house. Supposed to be, the angel of your life, loving. I walk in. The hell happened to your hair? I liked it better when you had hair. I'm like, I didn't have hair. She's like, well, you had a little bit. I had patches. Well, you could have, bye. Sometimes you can't listen to your parents, even when you are 32. Oh, we're feeling good. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be with you guys. Life is a lot simpler nowadays. I called a friend up. This is the biggest news my friend had. He bought a basketball. Whoa. Oh my gosh, hold the phones. Don't call the press. Yeah, basketball. He said it was orange. Like, yeah, I think you got the right ball there. It's orange, Yeah, basketball. The other part of the news, he's going to go play with it at the park. Okay. Well, life is a lot simpler. What am I, Amish now? With my friend named Nathaniel? Where am I, guy? What year is it? I was walking up to the apartment complex the other day, just on the path, up to the door. And as I'm walking, I'm just looking straight. And have you ever forgotten what t-shirt you're wearing? Like what's on it? I'm walking straight, right? Haven't veered yet to the door. And this guy, I don't know if he thinks I'm looking at him. He's looking right at me. And he just starts yelling, "Hey, go Warriors!" Just starts pointing at my shirt. I look down. Oh, forgot I was wearing Warriors. I thought this guy was just drunk. I thought he was just yelling his favorite movie title. And I'm like, oh, God. Like, first off, if I'm going to start a conversation with a stranger, he's not going to look like Ted Bundy's brother. This guy, bald, which I don't mind, but hair on the side. When you just keep the hair on the side and bald on the top, you're a wackadoo. There's something off with you. That rhymes. I might be a rapper sometime. And he's also wearing a loud red shirt, which really emphasized his personality. I think that's where he write it. Well, I'm loud, so I'll wear this absolutely too bright of a shirt. When you're bald, the light, it reflects. Add this on top of it. Looking at him was like looking at a stop sign in the sun. It's 95 out. I'm like blinded. What am I, in the car? I haven't washed my windshield yet? Oh my gosh. And this guy, as I'm turning to go to my door, this guy, on top of that, starts going, "Hey, Curry, when do you think he's going to be back? Oh, I love that guy. What do you think about his wife? Hey, how many points do you think he's going to score when he comes back?" This guy is trying to do an interview with me, 50 yards away, on another path. And he thinks because I was looking forward, because that's what you do when you walk, I was looking at him. Yeah, you know what I did? Oh, yeah. Went right in the door. This guy, he's probably lonely. Probably needs a friend, right? He sees, oh, another bald guy. And I'm just like, eh. Did you see that? Look at that. Oof. Anyone know a good gym I could go to? You can't go to the gym anymore. You know what my gym is? The couch. Yeah, I need a place to go. I'm not disciplined here. And then they say go running. Have you ever ran at 250 pounds? My knees feel like they're gonna come off. I feel like they're fake, you know? So we're looking at maybe possibly getting robot knees, and then I could just go run. Because I like to run. But once you start involving counting and reps and different exercises, I can't do it. I need something simple, like a jog, a walk, a run. Bikes are expensive, I can't do that. And yeah, you throw it in the car and it's like ripping up your seat and shit. Oh, get a rack. Have you seen these bike racks that are just hanging off the car? You look like a goofball. Take it down. Alright? My car already got marks on it from running into a drunk. You think I want to put a rack on top of it? Did I mention my name is Negative Nancy? Did I mention that? This is what happens. We get stuck inside the house and now we're just talking shit. But that's what we love to do. We just talk shit on this podcast, right? You guys are trying to forget about shit. Let's listen to this guy's life, right? Oh man, I had to take a shit really bad the other day, alright? And have you ever had to take a shit really bad where you call the person ahead of time that lives with you to make sure that the toilets are clear? Yeah, I called my wife. I felt like a pilot calling the tower. Hey, can you make sure the runway is clear? I don't want to land on anyone that could be messy. Can you imagine that disaster? You run in, because there's been times you run in and you sit on someone. You sit and shit on someone because they're on the toilet and you're going so quick. I gotta go. That could happen. If you gotta go so bad and you cannot stop and you come through the door and you're already pulling down the pants to sit, sorry, kid. Sorry, son. It looks like you got a chocolate fountain. It's disgust. I know. And you try not to have disgusting messes, right? I don't want a disgusting mess. Especially when I gotta clean up. The kid's not gonna clean up. Have you ever had a kid try to have a kid mop? What's this? Especially a white kid, alright? He doesn't know how to clean, just like me. I'm horrible. I'd make a horrible Mexican. I'm the laziest. I couldn't work in the fields or landscape. I couldn't work in a hot kitchen or clean the house. Just ask my wife. Thank God she's Mexican. Or shit wouldn't get done, I'm telling you. This house would be a disaster. My kid would feel like he's one of those hoarding parents' kids. Have you seen the Hoarding Parents Kids? That show, Hoarding? Oh, the kids are all fucked up because the parents won't get rid of anything in the house. Like to the ceiling up there, there'd be stacks of newspapers and random shit. There's like bugs and animals. I saw a deer living in one of the houses on an episode. That's what it would be like for my son if my wife wasn't around. I need a woman in my life. That's why, I've mentioned a woman should be president. I think it'd be kind of cool to wait and do like half robot, half woman, just to kind of spice it up a little bit. But maybe now, a woman does make things better. And I know my guy listeners are like, oh my God, you're such a feminist asshole suck up. Well, maybe I am. But guess what? Sucking up helps. And it's fun too. That face will scar you later. But no, she makes me a better person. And don't cry. Don't start crying for me. She has challenges, I've mentioned this before. I had holes in my underwear when I met her. I am shocked she hung around, but I've probably been like an art project for her. Women love projects. Anything that has to do with jewelry or, bracelets, right? Or men. They just love to make us better, right? So, but she does. And God bless, she's Mexican at the same time. Hey, by the way, before I forget, we have live comedy for you if you're in the Bay Area, California, or if you're in California driving up to the Bay Area. This Thursday, August 6th, I think is the date. 7:30, outdoor comedy at Players Pub and Pianos in downtown Danville, California. It's about 40 minutes away from San Francisco. Big outdoor show, huge comedians, way bigger than me. You're gonna, it's unreal. The guys that I'm working with, been doing it for years. So I'm gonna be up there learning, seeing you guys, but also I'm gonna be doing some comedy. Oh, I'm gonna be doing some comedy, and no hold bars either. I don't hold anything back, and that's why I've had people try to stop my shows and stuff, right? But that's what kind of comedian you want to see. You want to see someone that could get in trouble or just says what's on his mind. Do you want to hear from a fake person or a real person? Well, guess what, guy? I'm real as they come. And I'm going to be there Thursday with all these other real comers, okay? So come out, 7:30, tickets still available. I'll be posting a link, _Alex Woody Comedy on the Instagram. I think I'm like Alex Woody Comedy on Twitter, Alex Woody. You'll find me. There's not too many Woodies out there. And also on Facebook, I'm like Alex Woody 69 or something. So find me and DM me if you can't see my posts with the ticket info. But I'm telling you, it's fun, it's safe, everyone has to wear a mask, protocol, don't worry Fauci, everything's up to date. Be there, all right? I just had to throw that in there. My producer over there, Teddy Bear, told me to mention that. So we're feeling great. You know, have you guys been doing a lot of projects during this whole thing? Any projects around the house, apartment? There's nothing to do. So I'm like finally not lazy since there's nothing to do, and I'm so sick of the TV and every other addiction that stops you from doing stuff. I'm like actually like sick of weed and porn and stuff that's like usually distracts me. I'm like, ugh, like, okay, like, I'll listen to your wife. What problems do we have? Or, you know, what do I need to fix around here? So I'm doing this desk. My wife buys a desk from Wayfair. I'm like, thank God you didn't go to the back page and order a chick. You gotta be careful who you order from nowadays. They were in the news. And she was like, I had no idea. I'm like, of course you didn't have an idea. You don't pay attention to anything. And then she goes, it'll be here in a couple weeks. So it showed up finally. I got the desk, all right? And let me tell you, this desk was like a desk from hell, all right? I remember putting desks together from IKEA. It's kind of the same thing. First off, all the boards are cheap. If you drill with an electric drill, you're going to strip the boards or the boards are going to break. So I'm doing everything by hand with the screwdriver. By the end of the day, day one, my hands were all fucking tired. I felt like Jesus Christ. I'm like, geez, man. I wonder if Jesus Christ ever did that. Jeez. I'm telling you, don't do anything by hand. Use electric. My hands were hurting. I'm like, I'm not a man at all. I have no calluses. I'm privileged. But I got a couple now, you know? So that was cool. But also not cool because everything would break on this desk. I'm screwing something in and the hole is too big. Like the guys who made the desk made the hole too big. Like he wanted to fuck it before giving it away. Oh, hang on, I gotta make a dick size real quick. Oh, hang on. Oh, we are selling this, huh? Okay, let me try to fix this. Fuck it. Yeah. Oh, fuck it, guy? Thanks a lot. Because I'm in there trying to and nothing's working, so now you got a lazy guy who's not used to doing anything, has to go to Home Depot, the hardware store. I'm bringing a little picture of the screw I need now for the bigger hole. I'm in there. Have you ever been to a hardware store and you got all the different screws? I'm in there and I don't see the number. And then I realized, oh, there's something to do with the These are standard sizes. This is a metric size I'm looking at because apparently my shit's from Antarctica. And I don't know what to buy. All right? Hey. And you know, us guys, we don't like to ask for help. All right? We can have 5 addiction problems, sucking a hooker's cock for drugs, and you need help over there, sir? Nah, that's fine. I'll continue to hate my life. That was like me in Home Depot. I'm hating my life. I'm making jokes. You ever be in misery in a store? You're making jokes with the people around you. I'm making jokes with other people. They're finding their screws. So I finally find someone, ask this burly woman to help me, and she finds it right away, right? And I'm like, should have asked in the beginning, this male ego. Why do I do that? I'm ready for tea, apparently. I don't know why I don't ask for help, but I'm glad I did. Got the screw, right? As I'm leaving, I see this kid who works at Home Depot getting yelled at by someone for refusing to wear a mask. And in my head, I thought, wow, I never want that job. Wow. Can you imagine being a person that has to tell someone to put a mask on? No, thank you. Hear about the kid get that shot in the stomach? This poor bastard, he's 17, probably just popped the first pimple, and now he's getting yelled at by some guy that just looks like he wants to find a bridge that has a collapse end to it. I mean, this guy looked miserable. Have you ever noticed that everyone that doesn't want to wear a mask, they're miserable looking? You know, it makes sense. Happy people aren't fucking irritated about the mask, you know? So I was just thinking, wow, that would suck to have that job. And I commend those kids. Those kids are the essential workers. Wow. Holy schnikes, you know? So I come home with the screw. I go use it. Doesn't work. Thanks, burly woman. Thanks a lot. 2 hours at the store. Now I gotta go back. I go back. I find a Mexican that works there. Hey, guy, give me this screw. See this guy? Find it. This guy finds it, and he's like, this will work. She gave you the wrong size. I don't know what she was thinking. That's always the best, right? When you've had a long day, have gone to the store a couple of times, and you hear from another employee, I don't know what the other employee was thinking. Yeah, that's a fun. I come back, you know, God bless Mexicans. That was the right size screw. You know, I went back to the store a third time just to tell that guy, I want to party with you. I want to have fun with you. Because you're awesome. I love you. I kissed him on the cheek. Call me. He didn't look like he was going to call me, but I'm praying, all right? Have you guys been trying to exercise? Whew, that's a challenge, right? What is it? With no responsibilities, nothing to do, it's hard to do stuff. I'm lazy. I don't know what to do, guy. I started doing this workout video, this YouTube workout video. I turn it on. It says for beginners, for kids, teens, getting close, young adults. Hey, I'm a young adult, you know? That's definitely a young thing popping up right there. Definitely not anger issues. When you have that, you definitely don't have anger issues, right? I don't yell at my kids. Okay, well, I'm working on stuff, all right? But I turn on this video for young adults, teens and kids, and the guy comes on. He's got 2 of his own kids. They look like him, right? Not a good sign when the kids look scared. These kids look so scared. I wanted to call child services. They were like, and the guy was like, ready? And the kids were like, and then when he said, I was like, oh shit. I am fucked. This video is gonna be, and he starts going, do this, hey, do this, huh. Dude, 3 minutes in, I'm like, oh my God. Have you ever been in like a workout class or done one of these workout videos? I couldn't do the class because 10 minutes in the video, I'm fucking dying and I'm yelling at the guy. I'm like, why? Why are you doing this to people? What is this doing? Why is this helping? This isn't helping. Are you the devil? I started losing it, guy. This, too much. These workout videos. I swear I saw a dead uncle coming from the sky to take me to heaven. And probably take me to heaven's bus to send me to hell because we know I'm going there. But I felt like I was dying. These workout videos are intense. And I just feel bad for the kids in the video. I'm like, thank God my dad growing up was lazy. My dad would say, you know, something about like hard work, you know, you gotta keep pushing it, you know, and he'd say that, you know, hard work gets you somewhere. I'm like, where's somewhere? The couch? Because he'd always say that before he turned on the TV. He'd always say something motivational before turning on the TV. I love the guy. But, anyways, we're having fun. We're gigging. Oh, shit. You know what we forgot to do? Gosh darn it. We're going to have to start this whole fucking thing over. We've got to do the audio recording. Well, the audio podcast may be a little different than the video. All right? So you're going to get probably the same stuff because I've been thinking about the same stuff, but maybe just in a different format. I didn't think that was my yearbook quote. I didn't think, and now we're just doing this video. Maybe this is like a bonus. Should we make this a bonus thing? Fuck it. I love how I'm asking you like I'm gonna get a response, right? That's hilarious. I was doing journaling because I'm a grown adult. And I was writing stuff down. And have you ever like written in a journal like people are gonna read it? Like you're gonna be such an amazing person in the future. Like people are gonna go back and read your journals from 2020. I'm like, get this in my head. I'm like writing the journals and it affects the writing. I'm like writing like, yeah, today I'm looking for a job, applying for EDD. Or no, like I'm looking for a job, struggling with EDD. And like in my sick head, I'm like, people are gonna think I meant ED and that I had penis problems getting it up. So we can't have that. So I'll put in parentheses unemployment, just so they know. And I did it. I wrote it, and I'm like, that's hilarious. I think I'm gonna be so famous and popular. People are gonna be like reading everything I write. You know, if you read just a couple of my pages, you'd be like, oh my God, burn these. You guys would be acting like Hitler. Burn these books. It'd be bad, all right? I read this and I want to quit comedy. I'm like, what was I talking about? Also, I want to call a therapist because sometimes you forget how crazy you are until you go back to the journals. Holy shit. You know, every time I look in the camera, I'm not used to doing the camera, I keep looking at myself. I'm not even looking at who wants to look at the camera lens? It's like looking in like a black hole. I like looking in a butthole. It's like dark, you can't see in it. I thought when she pulled down her pants when I was younger, the first chick I hooked up with, showed me her butt, I thought looking in the butt crack, I'd see like the butthole, see the future. I'd see like my old self. You know why? Because I would hang out with older kids and they would tell me ridiculous stuff like that. And then I would expect to, you know, when the incident would happen to me. Did you ever have that? Grow up with the older kids in the street. They'd be smoking cigarettes, riding electric scooters. My mom still makes me power my scooter with my foot. These kids would be all over the neighborhood. We had a couple. I think Barry was one of the names of the kids. and would tell us ridiculous stuff, and then as you get older, you find out that's like not true. Like I remember, he fingered a girl one time, and then he was passing his fingers around to us. And he's like, "You want to smell a woman?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And we smell it, and I'm like, that smells like dog food. And he goes, "Yeah, that's what a chick's pussy smells like." Oh my god, really? Yeah. So for like the longest time, because I sucked with chicks growing up, I thought chicks' vaginas smell like dog food. Yeah. You have any things like that? I'm sure you guys do. You guys are animals. Anyone that listens to this podcast was a savage back in the day. I love the silence. I never get this. It's always daddy, daddy, or daddy, or Alex, you never did this. What the hell? Don't talk. As you get older, once you have a family, this is what you want. That silence. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. You know, whoever came up with silence, give them a statue. You know? Oh, I am really happy looking in my eyes. One thing, I'm overweight, but the eyes are beautiful. Oh my. This is why I touch myself, because I love myself. Just an FYI, if you don't touch yourself, you don't love yourself, and guess what? You can't love anyone else until you love yourself. You can't please a woman or a man until you please yourself. Facts. Hashtag. Such an asshole. I love this. I'm fired up. Slowly getting into the bald thing. Probably will become a professional bouncer or UFC referee now that I'm bald. I kind of just fit that demographic, you know. The other thing I wanted to mention to you guys, this podcast is brought to you by Silver Tongue Audio. Silver Tongue Audio is the leading podcast group in the Bay Area. These guys have some of the biggest podcasts on the rise. Mine, Midnight in the Bay. You go to silvertongueaudio.org. Yeah, and it's .org, not .com or .edu, one of those dumb ones. It's .org, baby. You go there, silvertongueaudio.org, and all my podcasts, all the episodes, free right there. Download, free. You go to the other couple podcasts, Dazed and Disturbed. Oh, this podcast, it'll blow your mind. It's a podcast that talks about disturbing things, but like they shine a light and make it funny. It's interesting. I recommend hanging out with Mary Jane and her sister Jane Mary before you listen to it. But it's fun. Also, the NPC podcast. This is the other podcast on Silver Tongue Audio. Holy snakes. This podcast, it's amazing. You play video games, you'll love it. If you don't, you're going to be like, fuck it. This podcast is about video games. That's why I say it. And it's for people. It's not some bald dad talking about a small wiener. It's for intelligent people in the industry talking about video games going on right now. And talking about old video games. And talking about the future of video games. Everything that has to do with video games, it's on there. And what I like to do is play a little PlayStation 4 and put it on. That's the way to do. Play a little game, add a little podcast. On. So go there, silvertongueaudio.org. They are our sponsor. That is my ad. I have my notes here. I'm kind of done with them. We're talking about you have to love yourself before you can love another person. Sex sober versus sex not sober. Drunk. Let's just say drunk. You start getting the other things, it's a whole nother podcast. I realize sex sober, a lot harder. It's a lot more difficult, shorter too. You know, I don't feel like both parties like the sober. Drunk, woo, you're lasting. Being drunk and having sex is the equivalent of taking steroids because you can last longer, right? It's not just 3 minutes angrily, and she's going, what about me? Forget about it. Next time. If there is a next time. Oh, I hate when they throw those little quotes. If there is a next time, oh, that gets me. What do you mean? I'm never gonna have sex again? They do that on purpose. Ladies, you know what you're doing. Sex drunk. Easier. Right? You don't even know what you're doing. You're not even out of breath. The sweat, it's coming down your head and going in her face, and you're not even realizing it. She's like, and you're like, you're in the zone. That's what steroids do. That's what the alcohol does. Sober, you're thinking about every little thing. You're thinking about stuff that's not even sex related. You're thinking about the job you gotta find, the bills, you know, I don't know, you name it. But that drunk, you're not thinking about any of that. You're dead on. The only thing is you can maybe go too long. You know, you don't want to hear her going, are you done yet? It's been an hour. You don't want to hear that. Or maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe once in a while. It does boost the confidence up a little bit. It doesn't boost the confidence when she goes, are you going to come? Because then your brain's in warning mode. It's been an hour. You haven't come. Oh shit, you got whiskey dick. You're gonna have to fake it. Yes, ladies, guys fake orgasms too, and they help. A fake orgasm helps both parties. Ladies, you know this. You guys started it. You know how hard it is to fake an orgasm as a guy too. I remember one time I faked my first orgasm, like 2010, 2011, faked one. And no, it had to be 2010. Faked one. It was too much. The parents were in the room. You know what I mean? One of those, right? You're trying to sneak it. They can't hear me. Their dad's looking right at me. Keep going. I couldn't, and I just said, "Oh, there's stuff in the condom." And I swear to God, I'm like walking to put it in the bathroom trash bin. And she goes, "Let me see it." She didn't believe me at first. And I said, oh, this one knows about fake orgasms. But then I played it off. And what you mean about playing it off is you want to use a lot of emotion. Like, get a little upset. Are you kidding me? You want to see it? Ew, that's gross. I want to get rid of it. Come on, your parents are right there. They weren't right there. I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean? You got to just be offended. That won't make it where, yeah, okay. That'll make them do that. And you'll be safe. But you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, as you get older, you come to terms with stuff. You gotta fake an orgasm here and there. Whatever. It was invented for a reason. Use it. And, you know, speaking of sex and nudity, tits and ass and all that, penis in your mouth. You see China? They, I'm horrible with the transitions. China, they are going to be banned from the U.S., it looks like. Trump wants to ban them because they've been collecting our data on TikTok. They haven't been collecting our data. They've been collecting our videos. Have you been on TikTok? Holy shit. It's like porn light. I don't want my son near it. I went on it just to check it out. I've posted a couple things on there. And I'm just a couple scrolls up and I'm like, am I on Pornhub? There's like chicks like jiggling the butt and showing the asshole. I'm like, I can see your pussy lips. They're talking to me. everyone I was going to seemed like chicks were shaking their ass. This is how you fuck. And I was like, these Chinese guys aren't spying. They're ejaculating. And then Google was like, oh, we'll buy it so Trump doesn't have to ban it. So you can take our videos and collect them? That was super rad though. I was like, Google, you hound dog, you want China to keep watching, which, you know, is actually kind of nice of Google to let China keep pleasing themselves to these videos. Listen, I think we're a little less proper than the Chinese women. It seems like they have the umbrellas up, they're walking to work. You know what we do when we walk to work? We get to work, and before we punch in, we set up the camera and we dance for it. Because we're American women, and that's what we do. That's all the videos. It's girls shaking their ass, pulling their pants down, in like the janitor closet. I saw one TikTok video, the girl's, she, in her work uniform, she's shaking it and stuff. The janitor's in the corner. He's like, oh, she didn't know the guy was in there. Oh. Can you imagine that? It's ridiculous. We are so crazy. I am jealous of the young people though. Oh, if I was young, single, I would for sure be watching the TikTok videos and finding a girlfriend. That's what I tell the young people, single people I know. I basically became a matchmaker because I can't do anything about it. I'm like, well, since I can't bang these chicks or anything, I'm gonna match them up with like a friend. So like I sent a couple of TikTok videos to some single friends of mine, and they're like, "You're fucking weird and dumb. Like you're sending random chicks from around the U.S. videos to us. Like they're gonna hit them up and be like, oh yeah, hey, my friend Alex saw your video and said you're hot, so hey." Like, you ever see those comments? There's so many dumb people out there that leave comments and go like, oh hey, you're so beautiful, you're so lovely, heart, heart, heart. It's like, hey guy, she doesn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? She's probably got some hot TikTok boyfriend, right? So sometimes you have to think before you send shit to your friends. But seriously, when I meet people, which I haven't really been doing anymore, if I meet a hot single chick, I send them my friend's way. You know what I mean? And now I say it like that, I kind of feel like a pimp. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that. But I'm trying to give back a little bit. I don't like to work, so you're not going to see me in a food kitchen, all right? I'm afraid of diseases. You're not going to see me hang out with the homeless, helping them. So why not help the loved ones? They say help loved ones. Why not just help friends who are in need of sex? Like, I couldn't imagine being single right now with the amount of porn. So you're taking care of yourself. Now you don't care about chicks, which I know a lot of you guys do. I know a lot of you guys do that because I do it. But I have a wife, you know. I'm forced into sex sometimes. You guys don't have that. So what do? You're quarantined. No one's really dating. Yeah, you have to get a sex doll or something, right? You have to order one from China or Japan. Really, actually, it's Japan that has all those. Remember I told you the Chinese girls are proper. Japan, they're the ones with the tentacles porn and all the anime. They're the weird ones. You go on the porn websites and they have like Scooby-Doo blowing Shaggy while Shaggy's looking Velma. They like have ruined cartoons for me. These people have, you know, changed our childhood cartoons in like weird porn. Monsters fingering, you know, Fred's asshole, and I'm like, I can't watch Scooby-Doo anymore. I can't watch Looney Tunes anymore. I saw Bugs Bunny blowing Donald Duck, and I'm like, that is cool, but also you ruin the cartoons for me because now I get a boner when I watch them, you know. So thanks a lot, but those are the guys that come up with the weird shit, and you can't watch shit with your kids anymore because you're just so weirded out. You're like, it's not the same, you know what I mean? Ugh, it's like images do ruin stuff for you. I don't know if people realize that. You know, an image is strong. I remember the Hunger Games. Jennifer Lawrence. All those nudes came out of her. I couldn't finish watching the Hunger Games. I could not concentrate on the Hunger Games when I've seen gross pictures of her doing weird stuff and showing this, and I can't take her serious with the bow. I'll save you. No, you aren't. Your cover is blown. It's just like when you watch a movie and the acting's bad, and all you could think about is, this is a movie. That's horrible. That's how I felt. I like to watch a movie where I forget I'm watching a movie. That's crazy. I was watching The Highlander. Have you seen The Highlander? It's an old 80s movie. It came out in 86, the first one. They made 3. Highlander 1, Highlander 2, and Highlander Blew a Clown 3. They just wanted to change the title on the third one. So, anyways, if you haven't seen it, it's about people that don't die. And it's about this one guy who doesn't die, called the Highlander, because he's from Scotland. And you have to cut off his head for him to die. So there's competition. And every time you cut off another immortal's head, you get all their powers and strength. So every time he cuts off a guy's head in the movie, he's like, I'm like, are you getting powers? Or are you coming in your pants? This is weird. But it's a good movie. Makes you question the guy. A lot of times I think he's just coming in his pants in parking lots after killing people. So it's a very kind of odd movie, but it is good. Sean Connery's in it. If you don't know Sean Connery, he got away with beating women up in his movies back in the day as James Bond. I'm Bond. Fuck you, woman. And people found that okay. I'm laughing because it's outrageous. Some of these old movies, you go back and they're like beating the shit out of women. And I'm like, this is so absurd. I have to laugh because it's so absurd. Sometimes you laugh at really horrible things. You know why? Because it's coping mechanism. It's a coping mechanism that we do. Some people cry. Some people scream. Some people laugh. Oh, these are cool. Psych. Remember Psych? Psych. You could say whatever you want. Your mother's stupid, your dad's a whore, your brother blew my sister. Really? Psych? You're a horrible friend, you smell like shit, you eat bat shit. You're not very nice. Psych? Psyche. The psych guy hung out with the April Fool's guy. That April Fool's guy is an asshole except April Fool's. And he's still an asshole because just saying April Fool's doesn't make an asshole thing nice. By the way, I've been plugged in the whole podcast. This is, I think, a bonus. This is going to be a bonus video podcast. Definitely going to talk about some more on episode 141, the audio edition. So if you want more content, I have more jokes, a couple more stories I'm going to tell on there. Click the link on my Instagram, _AlexWittyComedy. Or you can go to silvertongueaudio.org and find it. Or you can go to any other podcast platform you use. Anyways, that's been it. That's been the video podcast. Let's close it out. No white wolf today. Okay, no white wolf today. But I could be gay. And that was bad. You want to go out with And that's the end of the show. I hope to see you on Thursday at the Comedy Show in Danville, August 6th, 7:30. Players, Piano, what is it? Players, Pub, Piano, it's a tongue twister. You'll find it, guys. Just type in those 3 words. That's been the video portion of the podcast. Tune in to... Oh, fuck, I just dropped my drink. Ah, shit, holy fuck. Tune in to the audio version that will be out tonight, Monday. What is it, August 3rd? Yeah, that's it. Anyways, enjoy the music. Ah, shit. Oh, fuck.